Alright, hello everybody. I'm back again on the Mercury AJ Foyt, the 72 Daytona 500 winner. So what I'm starting out with is the 429 from the police car kit. And I've already glued the two engine halves together. The one thing about that kit that I don't like that we're going to have to run an issue with is it has an axle, a solid axle that runs through the front of it, so they put a hole in the block. So once you put the oil pan on, you're going to have a hole there. So what I've done is I got a piece of sprue and I cut it where it's even with the flat part of the block, not on the angled part. So I cut it where it's in line between these two spots here, in between this and this. So I'm going to glue that in and then use some sprue goo, and I'm going to fill in the rest of it on the edges and where the block kind of flares out. I'm going to fill it in there too, sand it down. I will have to sand down once I get it glued in. Before I use this, I'll have to flatten it out so the pan sits flat, because right now it doesn't. It's a little bit too big. It kind of teeter-totters on that. So that's where I'm at with that now. I'm going to glue that piece in. I'm going to work on that. I'll show you where I'm at when I get to that point, and then I'll assemble the engine as far as I can, which will be the oil pan, the intake manifold, and the heads, and then I will paint that red. The transmission I'll paint silver. All of the photos I've seen of the Wood Brothers car, the 429 was red in their car. On street cars, cars that are on stands, they're the Ford blue. I almost did that, but then I saw some other pictures of the Wood Brothers car and it had a red engine block, so that all get painted red. And again, like I said, this is all from that police car kit. So I even got the little radiator coolant bar here too, so that'll be red. The hose will be black, obviously. So, and then the heads I'm going to paint in aluminum because they weren't shiny chrome. Breathers, so I'm going to paint those red, and then the cap tops are going to be a satin black. I haven't decided what color I'm going to do this distributor yet, but anyways, let me get some assembly done on this, get this little filler piece taken care of, and I'll be right back. Alright, so as you can see, I've got that piece filled in where the hole was. It's not perfect, but it is straight across there, so it takes care of the hole anyway. So what I'm going to do now is glue everything on the engine that is going to be painted red. So we'll start with the oil pan. And then we'll also do the front cover. And the heads, and the intake manifold. Now the heads on this 429 will only go on one way, so be sure that you put them on the right way when you're doing this. And again, I'm going to use my same technique like I always do. I'm doing cylinder heads and intake manifolds. I'm going to try to get everything in there as fast as possible before they dry, so I can have a good tight connection. The oil pan came off there. Okay, so I'll have to glue that back on. Do that a little bit. Get the oil pan back on there. Alright, we'll let all that set up real good. This will also go on there. I think it's going to go like that. I'll put that on later. These are also going to get painted, the breather tubes, like I said. So these are going to move over here to get painted aluminum. Shoot that aluminum, and then paint the. I'll paint the belts, you know, flat black. I don't know what color I'm doing the distributor yet. But that's where I'm at right now. I'll be right back. Alright, you can see I've got most of the engine together and painted. So it's looking pretty good there. Still got to put the pulleys on and the belt, distributor cap, coil, starter. I'm going to put that on there. I am going to run into an issue with the pulleys because I kind of did a test fit here on the chassis, and when this is lined up where it's supposed to be, there is no room for the pulleys there in front. I want to take that bar out. So, you know, is what it is. But that is basically step one on this build. Next time, I'll have the engine completely finished when I come back. It's just, like I said, just the piddly stuff that I got to do yet. We'll do the chassis and get the roll cage in, get the chassis painted, and then we can start working on some suspension stuff too. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.